Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Andrew. We are in my garage here in Maple Ridge, British Columbia, and fresh off a road trip in my Subaru GC8 street rally car from California. Fresh off that road trip, we are back in the garage. We're gonna get working on Felony, my 1968 Mustang Coupe, not a fastback because I don't care to look or be like Steve McQueen in any way, shape, or form. Last time you saw this car, we had just put the passenger floor in, and then it was basically time to pack it up and get ready to go to California. Today, we're gonna start working on the torque box for the driver's side. I have the torque box on the bench over there. Actually, I should get you up to speed on what this car is if you're new here. We got a lot of new subscribers. First of all, thank you guys all for joining up and following along. This has been a lot of fun, and I really hope that we can continue to grow this little community that we have. Love hearing all your guys' stories. Appreciate all the comments. A little bit of backstory. So my buddy Bryce found this in Lodi, California, sent me the ad. I said, hey, can you go look at it and put a deposit on it for me? He did that. I flew down, we bought the car, tried to get it running and driving to drive it home from his place in Auburn, California. I failed at that, so I trailered it home, got it back here, got it running and driving for a day, did a couple fun burnouts with it, one wheel peels, and then once that was all over and said and done, about 10 hours later, I tore the entire thing apart. I've been starting on the metal work on the car because it does have a lot of damage. The roof is basically Swiss cheese. It's been caved in on the driver's side here, which is why we're working on the torque box, because it's been rusted to shit, and we gotta fix it. Let's try and fix this thing. Make it more metal. More metal than rust, that's always the goal, right? All right, so you guys, let's quit babbling, and I'm gonna go and grab a coffee and do some stuff. See you in a minute. Right, so first order of business is I'm gonna take this grease pen and I'm gonna mark where I have to start getting rid of the spot welds, which is gonna be this seam here on the inside of this seam, which is there. Of course, on the floor support, I believe there's some actually inside the floor support. This gusset has to come off, and then there's a bunch all along the bottom of the floor support here, and then all along the bottom of the pinch weld here. So we have to relieve all of those, and then the torque box will come out. The new torque box actually comes, that's the frame. The new one actually comes as a two-piece with that little gusset as well. So that's how we're gonna take it out, and that's how we're gonna put it back in. Decided to do the somewhat responsible thing and support a little bit more of the frame. So we have our little tacked in outrigger. I welded in a stilt with the side raised a little bit, so that when I put it down, it's actually got some weight on it. You can see it, it's kind of moving with it. And then I'm gonna leave this jack behind the bottom of the floor support. I've also got a jack under there on the frame. So realistically, this is all supported. So when the torque box does come out, nothing should really move too much. Everything else we can kind of finagle into place. I'm going to start the process of grinding out all the spot welds, and it's going to take a long time. So. So rad. There she is. Out. Not too bad. A little bit of scale and clean up underneath. And clean up here, get that all flattened out, clean these up. Pulled a little bit too hard, but we're gonna fix up the end of the frame horn here. That's why I braced it back here. Nothing moved. The thing just let go, slid right out. I'm gonna tidy this all up and get the other one ready, start making some measurements, make sure everything's good, start looking at putting it back in. I'm so stoked. I was so actually way easier than I thought it would be. So yes! So before I start cleaning up and everything, I wanted to just kind of mock in the new pieces, see how far we need to kind of massage things. The torque box doesn't quite fit straight. That's fitting pretty good on the floor support, kind of touching the bottom seams, which is all right. Once I weld it, I can kind of shape it a little bit better. Mock-up is not too shabby. That peg and the crossbeam that I made there worked perfectly, nothing moved. This is a disaster and it's gonna drive me nuts. So I'm gonna clean up and charge the camera so we can keep hanging out, and we'll continue on. Might be tomorrow, might be later today, I don't know, but I'll catch up with you guys in a few. All right, another day, another coffee. Gonna continue cleaning up this corner. Got a little bit left to do, then we gotta do weld through primer, which I can't remember who sent me the tip, but I got the copper stuff this time. Apparently it welds a lot better, so that'll be quite helpful, because welding the spots on the floor was kind of a disaster because the zinc stuff just really didn't want to take the weld. It was kind of repelling it a little bit. Cue the music, let's get to grinding. Lower torque box is tacked into place. I got a couple spot welds on the bottom of this floor support, along the rocker, and the pinch weld. I don't know what happened, but that inner unibody is like kind of, the top is nice and square, the bottom is like on an angle, so that's why the bottom of the torque box is chilling out there. But it's secured, it's attached, everything is nice and sturdy. Now I'm just mocking up the upper portion of the torque box. And as you can see, I've got my holes that I gotta drill marked out. And then I'm gonna mark the ones on the floor support there. And then I've got 3 on the bottom and then 3 on the top here because those are easy to get at. So I'm gonna drill those out with a, I don't know, whatever size drill bit I've been using. That size. And then we're gonna zap it in. So real quick bit of mock up and drilling, and then the torque box is done. Right, that is the torque box in the car. Aside from, I just have to massage this seam a little bit, but I'm like dead tired and I'm gonna call it for right now. But we're tacked all along every seam. Nice plug welds everywhere. You can see penetration all the way through. We got all those welded nicely. And then we got all along the bottom is all done. And you can see the penetration of the ones on the bottom, so it's all seamed together. It's all one piece. I gotta let the garage air out. It's real smoky in here, and I gotta drink some water, so. Holy shit. You have no idea what a relief that is. Unreal. First major piece is done. Guys, that is actually going to do it for this episode on Felony, my 1968 Mustang. Doing the torque box was one of the most major aspects that I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to complete. I'm very happy to say my work was a success. It's structural, it's sound. I'm ready to put the frame horn on. I know I didn't get to that part. I ran out of time and had to start prepping for a track day, which you'll see on the next episode. Everything's good down there. Now we can start working on every other piece of the floor and the firewall, and then move on to the roof and everything like that. So I'm super stoked. That was a major piece, a major hurdle over everything. Very, very good. If you like what you've seen here today, please do me a favor, jump down, subscribe. And I have to thank every one of you that has subscribed over the last few weeks. The channel just continues to grow. We're growing our own little community here. There's tons of positive feedback and comments. And all you guys that are reaching out on like Instagram and Facebook and stuff and telling me your stories, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I do truthfully enjoy hearing all your stories. You know, I might not get back to everybody in good time. I try my best. I'm one guy doing all this on my own, but I'll do what I can. So thank you guys again, and please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. As always, be kind, drive hard, get out in the garage, do some metal work, have some fun, learn some new stuff, and hopefully at some point in one of these projects, somewhere out there, I'll see you on the road. Have a good one.